In this video, I want to teach you how to improve your dirt bike gear shifting. What's up, Rad family? I'm Dakota Freeman, and welcome to the Rad Adventure Dude channel. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, make sure you hit that and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future dirt bike riding tips. It's going to be so important that when we want to learn how to become faster on our dirt bikes, that we learn how to shift our gears the proper way. Shifting gears on our dirt bike is how we're going to go through and get more acceleration out of our dirt bike or get more top speed out of the dirt bike. So depending on what situation we're going through when we're riding, we're going to need to know how to switch up through the gears to go faster and down through the gears to get more acceleration. So let's go ahead and cover how to improve our dirt bike gear shifting. The most important part of improving on our dirt bike gear shifting is going to be going through the proper steps when we're shifting our gears. You want to make sure that you always let the throttle off before you shift through your gears, and it's very important that you pull in the clutch. This way, whenever you go and hit the gear shifter on your dirt bike, that it actually goes into gear and doesn't miss a gear accidentally. Missing a gear is where you're going to put the bike in neutral accidentally, which is not what we're trying to do when we're out trying to improve our dirt bike gear shifting. The easiest way to avoid this is going to be to let the throttle off and pull in our clutch before we make a dirt bike gear shift. The best way that we can improve our dirt bike gear shifting is going to be learning how to shift through our gears while we're standing up. When we want to improve our dirt bike gear shifting, we normally are trying to go faster on our dirt bikes, which is why we want to shift while we're standing up. We never really want to be sitting down when we're trying to go fast, as any little bump or obstacle that we hit is going to go straight through the bike and hit our bodies directly. If we're standing up, then we can actually go faster on the dirt bike, as we're going to be using our legs as a whole nother shock absorber, and this is what's going to really make sure that we can go as fast as possible and be able to switch through our gears the best way possible. So make sure that you're practicing how to stand up and shift through our gears. Shifting gears while standing up is going to be difficult when we first learn, as we're not sitting on the bike and can easily just move our foot forward to hit the gear shifter and put it back. We're now going to be standing, which means we have all of our weight on our right leg on the peg. And we're having to take our weight off our left leg to actually move it forward to hit the gear shifter. You can use your upper body in this case to actually help brace with the rest of the bike. And then once you make your gear shift, you want to get your foot back on the peg to where you're standing on the balls of your feet. This technique is going to be huge to becoming better at shifting your gears. If you can shift gears comfortably while standing up, it's really going to take your riding to the next level. Make sure you practice this over time, as it's going to be something you have to learn as time goes on. This is not something you're going to learn day one on your dirt bike. However, when you want to become better at shifting your gears on your dirt bike, you really need to learn how to shift gears while standing up. Other ways we can improve on our dirt bike gear shifting is going to be how we have our body position depending on what we want to do with the gears. If we're trying to get more speed out of the dirt bike, well, we want to get our weight a little further back over the rear wheel. This gives our rear wheel more traction and makes it to where when we shift up in our gears and are looking for more speed, that we have good traction to our rear wheel to continue accelerating and gain more speed on our dirt bikes. So practice whenever you're shifting your gears, if you're trying to go faster, that you get your weight over your rear wheel. This is going to make sure that as soon as you shift your gears and you get back on the throttle, that you just have more weight over your rear wheel, giving you more traction to go faster and accelerate better on your dirt bike. Whenever we're shifting down, we want to make sure that we use the engine brake correctly. As you're coming into an obstacle that we want to slow down for, you're going to want to use your brakes combined with your gears. Combining using your brakes to slow the bike down while downshifting to use the engine brake as well is really going to be a huge tip to make you so much better at your dirt bike gear shifting. We always want to make sure, if we're braking in this aggressive way, that we also get our weight back on the bike. If we're braking very aggressively, it's going to naturally want to pick up the back end of the dirt bike and do a stoppie. This is why us shifting our weight back on the bikes is really going to help us keep the back wheel on the ground and prevent doing a stoppie accidentally. The next part of our gear shifting I want to go over is still going to be talking about the brakes here, but what do we do with our gear shifting when we're going down a huge steep hill on our dirt bikes? It's going to be so important that we actually shift down in our gears, and you're going to hear the RPM level of the dirt bike get higher. As the RPMs climb on our dirt bike, this is actually using the motor to slow our dirt bikes down. As we're going down a big hill, if you're going in a straight line, you're going to want to focus on using your brakes as well. Using your front brake and your rear brake combined with this engine brake going down a steep hill could really help you depending on how big this hill is. A lot of the times here in Colorado, we're going down some massive mountains and sometimes going down a hill for over a mile. And this is why it's so important to use our engine brake and our brakes to brake the bike in the most efficient way possible. So using your gears in this kind of way to help slow the bike down is really going to help you if you're going down a big hill on your dirt bike. And when we're going down a hill like this, we want to leave the clutch out, even if we're using the rear brake, because if you have the clutch pulled in, it's going to actually want to free up the engine and take away this engine brake that we're trying to apply. So if you're going down a hill and have the engine brake applied, even if you're using the rear brake, don't pull in the clutch, as this would free up your gears and make you actually roll faster, coasting down the hill. Is this video already helping you with your dirt bike gear shifting? Make sure you like this video and drop some comments down below and ask me any other questions that you have. Other ways to improve our dirt bike gear shifting is going to be learning how to shift in the air. If we are shifting our dirt bikes in the air, we can either land on the throttle having more top speed out of the bike, or if we're setting up for a corner, then we can actually shift down in our gears to land and actually get prepared for the corner while we're in the air. This is going to be very important, especially if we're racing motocross, as sometimes when we land off of a jump, we're already going to have to be setting up for a corner. So learning how to shift down in the air is really going to be a huge part of your dirt bike riding. When we're in the air like this, it's actually okay to not use our clutch, as we're in the air and our wheels are spinning freely, taking any force off our gears to where we're not having that impact our gears whenever we're shifting them. So we can simply just shift down or up in the air to make sure that we are prepared for what we're landing in. If we shift up while we're in the air, it's going to be important that we actually use the throttle to bring the RPM level up before we land on the dirt bike. This way, whenever you land, you're going to want to already be on the throttle and have the RPMs in a good range to actually provide you with good top speed out of your dirt bike. So work on this over time, as it's not going to be a tip that you're going to learn on the day one, but as you're becoming a good motocross rider and you're jumping jumps and wanting and looking for ways to get faster out on the tracks and trails, this is going to be a way to really improve your riding. Rad family, I'm so proud of you for taking this time to really learn how to improve your dirt bike gear shifting. Make sure you work on this over time, as it's going to be something that you really need to be good at to become the best rider you can possibly be. If this video helped you with your dirt bike gear shifting, make sure you like this video, drop some comments down below, and ask me any other questions that you have. If you're still looking for more dirt bike riding tips, I'm always here. I've made a full dirt bike riding course over on my website that's going to take you from being a complete beginner and walk you through being an advanced rider, mastering the tracks and trails. I also give away a free dirt bike guide over on my website as well, so make sure you go over there and check that out. All you have to do is sign up for my newsletter and I'll send it right to you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button that's right here and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future dirt bike riding tips. After that, you can watch my next video right here. Stay rad, and I'll see you over there.